win or lose, your life hasn't changed because it wasn't about that one moment that changes you. That's a great moment in time, but what about all the moments that led to that? That journey of training, of overcoming obstacles in your mind, overcoming the emotional turmoil that you had to go through, just the physical abuse that you had to go through in a training camp, and navigating your life to go for this one moment, right? These are the conversations that I have with my fighters, because when it's all said and done, whether they fight again or not, I want them to understand that they should make whatever their goal is their priority. Number one priority. Make it everything.
Shit, I'm about to go wait in this place when you dropping the bass in. The beat is at the streets of awaken. I'm making to break my foot off of somebody's ass. I'm waiting for someone to say my name so I can annihilate them. Okay, then everyone was screaming the rape when I was kicking at the gate till it caved in. Belly scraping by, but now I'm paid. Look at the paper I raked and I'm caking like JC and Drake. And I hate when people say that I ain't killing shit. The game is my playpen. I punch you in the face and end up breaking your break bands. I'm far from Hollywood. I'm posted up at the days in. Even though the industry say I'm the latest sensation. Drop the song at the board show. Becoming complacent. Mama saw me on TV with just a bum in the basement. You were catching save a whole
So, welcome to the You Control You podcast, everyone. Corey I see what Corey did. He primed me right there. He primed me. He thinks he's slick. I knew it as soon as he asked me. He's priming me. He's getting me ready because a change of plan today. We had to maneuver the schedule around a little bit. And so the person that I was going to have live isn't here right now, but we, shout out to the Pivot, because I always feel like if I'm going to say we had to pivot from that, I need to shout them out because such a dope podcast title. What I'm most grateful for today: God, family, life, of course. I never want to miss out on those things. Beautiful weather. I love that it stormed on Friday. We always need rain. Oh, man, my son... Yeah, they told me he was like, Sherelle said she was soaked, and Isaiah had to stay there another 2 hours to help with varsity. Yeah, that sounded all bad. It sounded all bad. It was good to see brother. Yeah, I'm thankful that work doesn't put me right in the rain. But no, his ankle's almost 100%. So I'm sure he'll be returning to you pretty soon. Since it's the topic of coaching, I'm grateful that I get to coach people. I'm grateful that people trust in me. That position that I have in people's lives, I never, what's the word I'm looking for? I never take it for granted. I understand the position that I'm in and the trust that is given to me. And so it's a powerful position. It's a meaningful position. Now, I'm not talking about just instructing classes, right? To me, being an instructor for a class is important, but you don't have as much one-on-one time. You don't have as much personal time with them where your personality is going to rub off on them. And so I never want to take that for granted. And so, yeah, today's topic, we're talking about coaching communication. Now, we've had episodes where we talk about communication within relationships. And to me, coaching is no different than a marriage. I don't care what they say. Actually, I don't know any coach that wouldn't describe it probably the same way. It's almost like a marriage, or it's like a father-child relationship, right? It's one of those two, meaning you have to learn how to speak this person's language and communicate with them in a way that gets them to understand what you are saying and understand what you're trying to accomplish. I didn't realize how difficult this was until I started working with people. And if I said, yeah, I need you to push forward, right? In my head, that sounds easy. Yeah, just step forward. But they were stepping forward to the left or forward to the right instead of like straight ahead. And it was like, no, I need you to move straight ahead. And then it was like sometimes they wouldn't do that. Sometimes they're doing something slightly different. And it's like, wait, how are you even perceiving it this way? This is what I'm saying. And like on and on and on and on. So the different ways you have to learn to communicate with someone, to me, is like the different ways you have to learn to communicate with your spouse, or communicate with your children, or communicate with your close friends. And right. So one of the ways I was talking about is with Corey, is when it comes to at least one of my fighters. There's a few fighters I have like this, where if I'm going on a tangent, right, a 2 to 5 minute tangent about something, I know for a fact they're not hearing me. They're 60 seconds at the most, I have them keyed in, and then it's like their brain just clicks off, right? They get squirrel brain, takes them somewhere else. And I know this. So at the end of me saying this, I'll sum it up really quick. And then I might look at that person. Yo, this is what I want you guys to do. This, and this. Keep it simple. What is it that I want you guys to do? And have them repeat it back to me. Cool. Can we kick it? Yes, we can. 3, 2, 1, pop. And we get going, right? And so it's different ways to learn to communicate, to get the best out of the people you're coaching. Now, the way I coach is, what's the word they would, old school. I coach very old school. So I believe in breaking you down mentally and emotionally so you can build up stronger, right? That's an old school way of coaching. And what I mean is that we're going to make things so difficult for you that by the time you get in those situations in a fight, they're still difficult, but you have the confidence that you've been through something like this and that you can go overcome it. And so it doesn't mean you're going to win. It doesn't mean you might not get knocked out. It just means that my style of coaching is very raw, very rugged, very tough. Like I need you to understand that what you're about to do is going to be difficult. And I need to put you through hell multiple times so you understand what you're walking into. And so a lot of times when I'm coaching, it gets tough in there, and like it brings out emotions out of them, and it brings out all these different feelings and these thoughts where a lot of times they don't even know if they're going to push through it. And it's funny because you see them like, oh my God. And then all of a sudden they get to a point where it just clicks. And they're so tired and so worn out that they just don't care anymore. And now they're just doing. And that's the point that they need to be at, where you're no longer thinking about things. You're doing these things without a thought. And it goes back to Bruce Lee, where it's like, I'm just punching you like it's just happening. I don't have time to think about it in my head. I don't have time to, punch is open, and then I throw the punch. There's no time for that. So a lot of the ways I coach are to build those best way to say it, those instincts, so you're doing these things. Now, outside of that, of just making it tough and making it a living hell, it's working on the most fundamental things over and over and over. And I'm anal about this stuff. It's like throw your jab with a purpose or intent, and throw your jab. If you don't extend your jab, right, there's a purpose and intent behind that. So follow me here. If I'm using my jab, right, and I'm throwing my jab and I'm turning it over all the way, right, and I want full extension, it's because I'm trying to set the range. I'm trying to get you to jump. I'm trying to get you to move and react to my long jab. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna like throw it short sometimes. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna change the cadence and snap it in there, or maybe lean in there and throw it harder. But there's a purpose and there's a reason for that. And then so trying to coach people just that one punch can be difficult, because right now I have a team of 10 people are fighting in June. I got 2 people fighting in May. So I got a team, right, of people that are all shaped differently and all move differently. And so I can't have them all doing the same thing. My 6'2", 6'3", 6-foot fighters, right? Their jab should be longer. Their jab should have a little bit different of a look. My shorter fighters, my 5'3" fighters, they have to step in hard on their jab. They have to double, triple up their jab. So it's got to be like pop, 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 and really get in there, right, to make up that height difference and really explode in there. So it's coaching them and learning how to communicate with them it's this fun game. I have, I don't know, around 80 some students, and I have to learn different languages. I have to learn 80 different ways to say things sometimes. And understanding how to reach people in that way is confusing, and it's complicated, and it's fun. And I'll say it even to the point where I'm starting to create my own words. So I've been putting to Jerry. I watched Jerry Maguire the other day, and I'm only pulling this out because I need to look up the word that I'm thinking about using. But I watched Jerry Maguire, right? And I love the word Quan. And if people don't know what I'm talking about, Cuba Gooding makes up this word called Quan, and it means like marketing dollars, finance, like all this stuff. He's like, I call it Quan. And I always thought that was cool. And I'm like, wait a minute. I need a word that means alert, calm, peaceful, ready to go, like patient. Because I have some fighters, if I'm like, hey, calm down, they instantly get, it like triggers them, and they tighten up and they throw harder. And it's like, wait, I told you to, what are we doing? Relax. I am relaxed. It's like, what? This is relaxed to you? And it bothers them that someone is saying relax or calm down. And with one of my female fighters, I would say ocean, because when she thought of calm, she thought of the ocean. So the moment I said ocean, she knew she had to breathe and calm down in the ring. It's like if she was moving too fast and doing something, and it's like just basically looking like a puppy dog chasing a tire, it's like ocean, ocean, ocean. And she would take a step back. I would see her take a breath, and instantly it resets the system and resets the computer, right? Well, can you imagine coming up with 20 different words for 20 different people? I'm like, that's like, thank you for saying that. And blessings to you as well. But could you imagine all these different words? I'm gonna mess them up. I know me. It's like, got 20 kids. I'm gonna mess up the names. I'm gonna call 15 the 20th name, and like I'm gonna mess that up. And so it's I've been working on a word. The first one that came up, I didn't like, and then equine came up. I'm like, I'm not gonna borrow that. So I've been working on some other ones like Zorin, Drith. I don't like any of these words. But I'm working on it, right? This was in Cars 3. What was in Cars 3?
The communication thing.
Oh,
Cars 3?
I think I've seen them all.
So, like, remember they had like the woman car that ended up being racing in the end.
Yeah.
But then Speed McQueen had to talk to her in a certain way because she was like new generation.
Oh yeah.
So he used all these other words to get her to do the thing in the race.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. And like what I've learned is that I communicate with the men and the women the same. And it means sometimes it looks like I'm harsh on the women. And the funny thing is it looks harsh because people don't talk to women that way. Right? So if a guy is like, if I can't get the guy to do what I need him to do, I'll tape his hand to his freaking head. It's like, why are you dropping your right hand? Right? They're here and this hand just they keep going like this, right? You see that opening on my chin right now, right? When I threw my jab, you seen, because I can't let it, I'm going to get knocked out as I'm coming in throwing a jab. That's stupid. So what I'll do is I'll just tape this hand up there with duct tape, right? And they'll go like this. And they'll have to move like that. And it looks crazy when I do that to the women. Wait, what? Okay, that one.
I don't know what
I don't. Deuces. But and I just, where the communication with women can be different is outside of the actual fight. So I understand that I have to give, with all of them, I give them space to have their feelings after the round is done, after we're done training. With female fighters, I've learned that how can I put this? Honestly, my female fighters will trust quicker than my male fighters. To be 100% honest with you, that's been my experience. There's less of an ego at play. And it's this cool process where it's like, with some of the male fighters, it's like, especially if they've never played sports, because I have one male fighter right now who didn't really play sports, and so he's not used to being coached, and it took him a while to recognize that I just want the same things he wants. And I don't think it was a matter of like he wasn't trusting me, he just didn't know how to be coached. And it took me a little bit longer to reach him, right? It took him losing some bouts to realize like, oh, coach has been saying do this, do this, do this. Let me try this, right? And he's seeing his confidence grow. And I told him, I'm like, just because you're doing the work doesn't mean we're guaranteed to win, but you're already seeing the effect on yourself emotionally, how much calmer you are, how much easier it is. And like, from the person he was when he fought last year to the person that's who's about to fight this year, he would destroy that person now. Like if he went against that older version, he would, it wouldn't even be close. So just in the mental and emotional aspect, where the female fighters, most of them, it's not a trust issue. It's whether With some of them, it's getting them to move past their feelings a little bit more. I don't have that issue too much with male fighters as often, but with the female fighters, it's getting them to move past their feelings more or less. Doesn't mean I don't deal with it with the male fighters, and doesn't mean I don't have female fighters that it like some of them, it doesn't even matter. They don't even care what they feel. But if I can get them to move past their feelings, doesn't mean ignore them. It just means, hey, right now, there's nothing we could do with what's going on in your life. Let's move forward this way. And it's just figuring out the different ways to really communicate within that. I'm trying to think of some challenges that I've had. I know a couple that come to mind is getting people to leave home at home and not bring it into the gym, to get them to understand there's a different switch you have to hit while training. You can't just turn that switch on and pray it's going to be there for you when you go compete. If you don't train with it, then you have no control over it. And so when it comes out, it's going to burn you out mentally and emotionally. You have to learn to train with that. And you have to learn how to get there on your own. I got a female fighter that I take pool noodles to. And this is how we get started. Before any private session of pad feeding that we have, or before she has a match, I take the pool noodles and I tap up and down her body and head. And for some reason, it's like it clicks her on. It can't be too fast and it can't be too hard. I just got to go at a steady pace. And it's like click. I can literally watch her brain because I can see it in her eyes. It goes click, 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 click. And then she's got this look. And I'm like, and then I'll say, who's greater than you? And she'll say, no one. I'm like, who can touch you? No one. How can they keep up with your hands? No. It's like all of a sudden we get in that zone. And it's funny because we know she's going to get hit. She knows she's going to get hit. She's going to get kicked. But the point is, you believe that you're so great that when they hit you, when they touch you, oh, they must have been really good. They're great. Cool. Let me be greater. And it's building this confidence within her to go get it, right? But if we don't do that, the outside world may not be shut off. And I have other fighters, male and female, where it's like, man, leave it out there, yo. You can't solve it. You're here. Be here. Use it. Train with it. But don't let it stop you. Don't let it keep you from doing the thing. And I don't know. I don't know about every other sport, but I do know that with fighting, it's such a psychological thing. Like, I had this long talk on a Friday night and I just went into him. I'm like, why wouldn't you think you're great? What is wrong with believing that you're great? What's wrong with that? I'm like, raise your hand if you believe you're great. Raise your hand if you believe that there's no one greater than you. And half my group raised their hand. And one guy was like, no, my spouse is greater. I'm like, okay, outside of your spouse, like outside of your wife, right? Who's greater than you? And he's like, oh, no one. And then when I talked to the other half, I was like, yo, why didn't you raise your hand? Who's greater than you? And one of the women said, she was like, well, this person's greater than me here, and this person's great. I'm like, but who's greater than you overall. I'm not talking about who's got more experience at this position and this job, or more experience over here than you, or who's greater at this one thing. I'm like, overall. And she's like, I don't know. She's like, I always thought that was cocky, and like, aren't we supposed to be humble? And then I wrote it and then I read out loud, and I want to get it verbatim. I have it pretty much memorized. I read to her, humble, having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance, of low social, administrative, or political rank, lower than someone in dignity or importance. What? Why should you believe you're below anyone? At the same time, you're not above anyone either. Believing that you are great means that you are the great today, right now. You are the greatest version of yourself as of today, right? You want to be greater tomorrow? Then put in the work today to be a better version and a greater version for tomorrow, right? And as a coach, this is how I believe, and this is where the coaches start to rub off, right? I believe this. I believe this. So I can't coach anybody that isn't on that train and on the railroad tracks believing that too. You got to believe you're great, yo. So let's go. That punch you just threw, you can't go back in time. That was the greatest punch you could throw. Throw another one. But it didn't land. Throw another one. Do it again and do it again and do it again and do it again and do it again, and believe that it's always going to be great. If there's things that you got to work on, then we work on it, right? The greatest kick, the greatest teep, the greatest takedown for my MMA fighters, the greatest defense. Like, when you have that much confidence, you can accomplish so much more. And as a coach, it's my job to get them to that point, to believe that by the time they walk into the fight, that they believe that they can't be stopped, that they believe that they can't be held back, right? And so learning how to communicate that with them and get them to understand that sometimes is challenging, because everybody's got their own stuff, right? Some people may not have had a good relationship with their dad. So now there's this dude telling them what to do. That doesn't make it easy. Some of them may not understand exactly what I'm trying to accomplish, because I'm also, I don't know if head coaches always give the full picture right off the bat. Because sometimes I'll tell them to do something. A lot of times I'll tell them to do something and they don't understand why. And I don't want them to worry about the why. I want them to do the damn job. Do the job. We have the same goals. You want to win a belt. I want you to win a belt. Goals are aligned. The why will come. And I'll coach that way until they no longer need the why. And then I'll start to give them the why. And the reason why I coach that way is, in a fight, we don't have time to sit here and wonder why. If I say, hey, keep your hands up. Oh, why do I need to keep my hand? We don't have time for that. You might be already knocked out. I'm telling you this so you could do it right away. Right? Keep your hands up. Hey, they're looking for that head kick. Right? You've already done it. Now I can tell you why. Right? Because now I also know that's affecting the other fighter. Oh, wait, he's reading that? He's seeing that? Oh, man. Actually, one of my fighters won the last Waco tournament. This is like Team USA stuff. He won the Waco tournament, and the guy was mad because I kept calling out his shots. But my fighter listened to me. My fighter was already doing it. Hey, keep your hands up. Hand was up. Yeah, he's looking for the head kick. Like, I don't need to tell you the why. Just do what I say. Hey, look, your jab is going to be there, but set it up, set it up, set it up. Sometimes I'll say that. Or sometimes I'll say, jab kick, jab kick. I don't need you to wonder why. I'm seeing it. Do it. Right? And we play the game. What the heck is this fool talking about?
I don't know.
That's interesting. But so it's like it's this fun dynamic of learning how to communicate with your fighters, and fun dynamic to learn how to make things click. Because in football, right, if I want to run a play and in practice I'm calling this play, I probably can explain the why a little bit more in depth, right? Or you could at least see the why more in depth. If I call running play into the A gap against a 3-4 defense, right? I'm probably calling this play because I believe, one, we could double the D tackle and still get to the linebacker and be able to have that gap, right? So you could see that happening. Well, when you're training for a fight, if you're dropping your right hand and nobody's taking advantage of it, you may think you're getting away with it, right? And if I could say, hey, keep your right hand up, but if nobody's making you pay for it, you don't understand yet what's going on. So I walk around with a pool noodle, and the moment they throw something, they drop that right hand, pop, right upside their head. And it's like that. What if that was a punch or a kick, right? So I teach the lessons that way. And then then I might take the time to explain why, but me smacking them usually does the job, if that makes sense to anybody. I'm trying to think of other situations. Corey, you got any questions? Or anybody online got questions or situations they've had with coaches? I know when it comes to coaching fighters, I always say it's like I'm a co-pilot and they're the pilot flying the plane. My job is to be the extra set of eyes to see stuff and call stuff out and keep them on point and keep them calm is the best way I can say it. And I'm different from a lot of coaches. I don't have one set style. Like I know there's some coaches that have this beautiful style. This is their blueprint. This is what they're going to do. This is it. This is how they're going to fight. And that's great. I'm with that. I don't coach that way. I have certain things that I want done. I believe we should always have a nasty jab and some beautiful leg kicks. Outside of that, I'm going to make different adjustments to the size, weight, what they're good at. If they're flat-footed, right, they have no arches, and that's the thing, right, with athletes, I have to make an adjustment of how they could do footwork because some things are going to cause them long-term pain more than other things, right? Like I don't want to make a flat-footed person that has no arches, right, bounce around on the ball of their feet. I want them to be slower, steadier, and more stalking, right? Yeah, I would make you slow and I would make you slow and methodical. right? And so it's just making those different adjustments. And so I don't know, coaching to me is a lot of fun because I get to make these dope connections with people and watching them get it. I think that's more than anything else, watching the light bulbs go off in their head is the most exciting thing to watch. It's like something we've been working on and they finally get it and they do it in a sparring match or they do it in a fight. When I have a female fighter, her name's Jamie. I have a play. It's funny, I call it play. I'm in the middle of designing my own playbook, right? With all the different calls. We have this footwork that I call skateboarding. And it's skateboarding because you're basically pushing in directly into that person's chest. And it's almost like you're skateboarding because you're pushing off the ground with your rear foot, right? So you're driving in. And I call it skateboarding. And when you're skateboarding in, you're on the track, right? Their train, your train, you're driving your train right into them. They're probably going to back up or they might start cutting the angle and try to change the tracks, and you got to change the tracks with them, right? So they don't get an angle. Well, I want to change the angles before they do. So we go off the track. So basically, just picture yourself stepping in twice and then moving to your rear side. So I'll say, off the track, skateboard off the track. And it'll go like this. Probably jab, jab, cross, or 2 shots with their lead side, 3 shots maybe, throw their right hand or rear hand and step to their rear side. She did it so perfectly a couple weeks ago. She was like, boom, 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 bop. And you just seen this woman's head go, woo. And man, I lost my mind because I was like, yes, something we've been working on for months has now just happened. Sometimes it takes a year, but it's like watching them get it is the most beautiful thing ever. It's like teaching somebody how to dance and then they do the dance move, or teaching them how to paint and oh man, it was beautiful. And so I get excited for those moments when they get it. The downside, of course, of coaching is when they lose. It's like, for me anyway, it's so like, it breaks my heart, man, because this person just spent hours upon hours training and doing everything that I asked of them. And knowing they lost and knowing that heartbreak, it's like painful. And I feel for them. And you can't take the pain away. And you feel it too. So it's like, all you could do is let them know that you're proud of them and tell them to keep their head up. And we just keep pushing forward. We'll work on the things that need to get better, and we'll double down and we'll make the great things greater, and we'll make the things that weren't so great, great. And so it's like, it's this, that's what hurts the most is you can't take that pain away. It's like, and that's what I mean by, like, you feel like a spouse or a parent because you want to take this pain away, but you can't. And it's like, oh man, it was really hard when I coached my daughter too. And when I coached my wife, when they lost, oh man. Because you got to be strong, right? I'm the strong dad, got to be strong. And I'm the coach, so I got to be strong. But it's like, oh, heart-wrenching. I don't know, man. I don't know if I've said much of anything that really all connects, but I love learning all the different languages. It works into my personality. Like, I love having this talk. I love talking with people. I love just communicating with people. I love getting to know them. And then helping guide them to be better humans, right? Reach their goals, and watching them recognize, man, if I just put my all into something, win or lose, I become a greater individual. And now I can apply that to anything I want to do. Right. I don't know, it's dope. It's really dope, actually. I truly love coaching. Hmm.
Something click on for you there.
Yeah, like I'm just thinking about like how
The way you said that, it seemed like
I just,
you've been searching for this.
man,
Like this all your life. Like the way you said it, you seemed incredibly centered.
it's there's nothing better than teaching someone something, to me.
Mm.
To be in service of other people. I literally wait. I'm every day I'm in service to others. And the crazy thing is, I like when they say, "ShaH, thank you so much." I'm like, "What do you mean? You're doing all the work." Right? I'm not doing the work. You're doing the work. My job is to just show you what I see. Oh man, that's exactly how I view it too. I am showing you who you are, not the version you think you are. See, most people, from what I can see anyway, most people, you know what? The people that I typically coach, right? The people that I see, even if they think highly of themselves, they still focus a lot of times on their negative aspects. And they think that's what's going to make them better. And I've had this conversation with students before and fighters. It's like, well, if I think this is great, why I'm not going to work on it. I'm like, why not? It doesn't mean it can't be better. It Just work harder on it. Make it the greatest that you can make it. I get to spend all day. Honestly, I get to spend my days helping people just see who they really are. It's like, you got one more rep. I'm not saying that just because I'm saying it. I'm saying it because I know you do. I know you do. I didn't say it had to be a perfect rep. Give me one more. Give me one more kick. Give me one more knee. Get off the ground. You got more left in the tank. And maybe I'm naive that way. I believe we're limitless. I truly believe that. So when I tell people, give me more, you have it, I mean it. You can do this. I mean it. You got this. I effing mean it. you can go out there and win this bout. I mean it. I'm blessed that that's how I get to spend my day. I get to spend my day being a nerd, that I get to be everybody's hype man and a nerd at the same time. I get to focus on throwing this technique correctly, doing this correctly, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, rep it out, rep it out, rep it out, fix this, get this, get this, get this. And then at the same time say, you're doing great. Man, that's amazing. Keep going. Fix this, but this is great. Fix this. Let's go. Oh, you're tired? Keep going. It's this fun, I don't know, this fun thing. And then sometimes most days I'm an a-hole, because I'll be like, if you want to stop, you can. No one's telling you to keep going. You don't have to keep going. You can stop anytime you want. Up to you, is your world. The psychological games, for sure. They don't ever stop. F you, ShaH. I'm not stopping. That's your choice. And then when it's all said and done, it's like, look at the choices you made. You thank me. I told you you can stop anytime you want. You made the choice to keep going. Now, when school is tough, make the choice to keep going. You lost that job and you don't know what to do, make the choice to keep going. Life is really bumpy right now, really hard. Make the choice to keep going. Because no matter what, it's a choice, right? All these lessons that I give out, I've lived. They come from experience. You want to call it a day? That's your choice. I'm not saying life gets easier, but it's really simple. Make the choice to keep going forward. What's the worst that happens? Well, my life falls apart and I die. Yeah, okay. Death is inevitable. But you can fight against it. Oh, I might get knocked out in this fight. Yeah, you might. But you gonna let that stop you? You gonna let that fear hold you back? Oh, every time they hit me, like I feel it makes me mad. Yeah, because you take it personal. That's okay. It makes sense that you take it personal. Do you dislike that person? No, I don't know him. Okay. Then why are you taking it personal? Why are you getting so mad? Well, because I feel like I'm not doing it good enough. Boom, there you go. Now you're going down the path, right? Now you're actually telling the truth. So do you feel like you're good enough? Oh, maybe not. Okay, why not? Well, because they keep hitting me. I'm like, okay, but it's a fight. You signed up for that. Like, you think you're going to bat 1,000%? You're going to go in there and just hit all your strikes and they're going to miss all theirs? Of course, I want that to happen, but the odds are not on our side here. So let's be honest with ourselves. Are you going to get punched, kicked, elbowed, kneed, something in your fight? Well, yeah, okay. How can you stop that? Well, I could defend better. Now your feelings have no, now you're not arguing with your feelings. Now you're logically sifting through everything. But in order to get to this point, you had to be honest about your feelings. You took it personal because you felt you weren't good enough. This is why you must believe you're great. You have to. Because if your starting point, if your foundation is a positive one and you believe that you're great, that person hitting you must be what? What did they do in that moment? That one moment, what did they just do? Well, they must have been greater in that one moment. Are you going to run from their greatness, or what are you going to do? No, I want to be greater. Now we're going down the track right. Now we're doing our job. Because when they hit you, you're going to do what? I'm going to defend it. In order to defend it and be greater than that moment, what do you like? Do you see where I'm going with this? These are the conversations I have with my fighters. This is what I love to do. That way, if you lose, that person was greater than you that day, that moment in time. But when it's all said and done, what can you go do? Or better yet, how do I word it? I word it like this. After your fight, what are you going to do? Well, if I lose, I'll probably cry. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll take off my gear and like, yep, that makes sense. Get the tape cut off my hands. Yep. I'm like, is your team still going to be here? Yeah, I think so. Okay, cool. Yeah. Coach is still going to be here for you? Yeah. Okay. What about your family? You going to lose your family? Well, no. Okay. So you still got your family. You're going to go, if they're in college or if they go to work, like, are you going to do that when you get back? Yeah. Okay. Are you going to eat food? Yeah. Like, are you going to come back to the gym? Yeah. Your life hasn't changed. Win or lose, your life hasn't changed because it wasn't about that one moment that changes you. That's a great moment in time. But what about all the moments that led to that? That journey of training, of overcoming obstacles in your mind, overcoming the emotional turmoil that you had to go through, the just the physical abuse that you had to go through in a training camp, and navigating your life to go for this one moment, right? These are the conversations that I have with my fighters. Because when it's all said and done, whether they fight again or not, I want them to understand that they should make whatever their goal is their priority. Number one priority, make it everything, right? But it's not, in all actuality, it's not all of you. If that makes sense. It's not everything, but it is everything. When you're focused on it, when you're training, that's all you should be focused on. Hyper focused on that. And it's hard when you're and this is why fighters don't go out and hang out with people during a training camp, because you can't focus, like, it's so hard. But once the fight's done, you got family, you got friends, you have a life. Take that pain that you felt if it didn't go your way and use it to become better. Take that great feeling of a win and use that to become better. No matter what, you become better. If you want to fight again, we're back in the gym working. If you never want to fight, just be just be that everyday martial artist and work on technique. But no matter what, the people in your life are still the people in your life. You're not better than them and you're not worse than them. And then you could attack every single goal that way. Well, I want to go back to school and get my PhD. Well, cool. Guess what you got to do now? You got to hyper focus on it. You got to go get that. And instead of training like a madman, you might be studying and taking notes like a madman, right? Instead of doing this, this, and this. You're doing this, this, and this. But it's the same. The overall thing is the same. I don't know if this is making sense to people. It makes sense to me. It's like it's so meditative to me. Like I can have a fight with my wife. I can be into like with anything could be going on. The world could be coming to an end. I walk in that gym and I start coaching fighters and it's like none of it exists. It's like it's me and them. And we're just doing this dance of figuring it out and like having fun and communicating and like talking. And it's fun when there's no words being said, but so much talking is being done. I don't even have to say a word. It's like bop, bop, bop. Or I'll do this. Boom and boom. And then like all those are different calls. And like working different moves. And it's like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. Bop, shh, bop, shh, bop, bop, bop. And it's like it's such a beautiful dance. It's shout out to all the coaches out there, man. Like, and I'm always learning from them. I listen to all the different coaches, different sports, other fight coach. Like sometimes they word things and it's like, oh man, that's so dope how they said that. Incredible. Incredible how they worded that. And so if you've had an incredible coach in your life, shout them out. Shout them out in the comments. Like, give them praise. That guitar on the left. Sorry, TikTok is doing some weird thing.
I like to just drag the
Yeah, but if you got a coach that you rock with, just comment their name or something. It doesn't have to be a full name. It could be coach whatever, but man, it's not a thankless job, but I think coaches that coach fighters at an amateur level, it's almost like being a high school coach. Right? You're not getting paid lots of money, but you invest so much time into these people. College coaches, at least at the bigger level, they're getting paid millions of dollars, right? Hundreds of thousands. Professional coaches for sure getting millions of dollars. Right? The base salary of a head coach has to be at least 7 figures. So, but it's all hard, right? It's all hard. On the professional level, you're dealing with a whole different animal, right? It's crazy. Coach Wriggles. What you think, Corey? Any questions? Any thoughts?
I feel like you covered a lot of it, to be honest.
And somewhere in my brain, it just feels like I said a whole lot of words and not necessarily said something very direct.
I think once we cut this up, you'll see how direct it actually was.
Just the amount of patience you need as a coach, the amount of at least for me, I know I've seen Coach Knight throw chairs. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've ripped belts off the wall before.
I've only thrown my clipboard a few
times. And then it's like fine. You know what I did on Friday? I did let them finish up the workout and then I left.
Let them finish it up on their own?
Yeah, because I wanted I want them to have some, because it is a team, I want them to be bonded because I know it's about to get worse. The workouts are about to get worse, what I'm about to have them do, because I can start taking them outside again. And I need them to be each other's biggest fans.
Right.
I need them cheering for each other. It's a lot like the military, man. Like I've had plenty of veterans. It's funny because I've had Rangers and Special Forces, and like it's the same vibe. It's the same feel. It's very like we're off on our own. And it's like it's us against everybody else. And you need to have each other's backs. Like you look, we could talk crap to each other. Right? And it's like we got to hold each other down and we got to help each other get better. Iron sharpens iron every day of the week. So it's like, this is how we get better. So yeah, man, like, thank y'all for rocking with me. Appreciate y'all. We had to do a hard pivot on this episode. Man, I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. Yeah, I know it probably doesn't look like it, but all I'm thinking about is like, yeah, I'm gonna have fun today. I can't wait till all I do is just coach fighters. I'm so close to not teaching regular classes and just coaching fighters. Like, I can't wait. Almost. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll probably be, all I want to do is coach fighters from 4 a.m. to like 9 p.m. What up? Good morning. How are you? And Steven, thank you for chiming in. Man, what a blessed day. This is awesome. Corey's the coach too. He's a basketball coach. Don't let him. He's low key quiet back there, but he's a basketball coach doing his thing. He's got to. I don't know how he does his job. Be honest, coaching AAU. That's like coaching traveling fighters. That nah. I need more time. We need to build a bond. I get to put them through hell, create some interesting moments. Man, if I was coaching a basketball team, I'd probably have them do like, I'd pull a Coach Carter on them. I'd make them run so many laps, they're throwing up. Reset that programming. What'd you say?
That'll create a moment.
Yeah, man, I'm all about resetting programming. It's like y'all gonna learn today. So, but man, thank y'all for tuning in as always. I think next week, I've been thinking about it. I want to do another t-shirt giveaway next week. So we'll keep it popping. I appreciate y'all, man. Just keep liking, following. We're getting really close to 50 episodes, man. I'm looking forward to the 100th episode with y'all. It's been one heck of a journey thus far, and I appreciate you guys so much, man. Corey, oh man, I forgot to tell you. At this other gym, this dude I've never met before said, yo, I love your podcast. I love what you're talking about. You say everything you're talking about is stuff that I believe in. I've never met this cat before. Yeah. And he was like, man, it's just an honor to meet you. I just want to shake your hand. Wow. I was like, yo, this is craziness. This is craziness. But I couldn't be doing this without y'all, man. Like, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all, man. Have a blessed day. Remember every day to say what you're grateful for. And remember that you're in control of your own life every day of the week. Don't let someone else take control of your vehicle. You control that bad boy. All right? Like, follow, subscribe. We out. Peace.
Shit, I'm about to go wait in this place when you dropping the bass in. The beat is like the streets of awakening. I'm making to break my foot off of somebody's ass. I'm waiting for someone to say my name so I can annihilate them. Okay, then everyone was screaming the rape when I was kicking at the gate till it caved in. Belly scraping by, but now I'm paid. Look at the paper I raked and I'm caking like Jay-Z and Drake. And I hate when people say that I ain't killing shit. The game is my playpen. I punch you in the face and end up breaking your break bands. I'm far from Hollywood. I'm posted up at the days in. Even though the industry say I'm the latest sensation. Drop the stuff at the board show. Becoming complacent. Mama saw me on TV with just a bum in the basement. You would catch me save a whole you. I fuck your baby mama